Hello, everybody, and welcome to the zoo. I'm the Rusty Panda, and I am here for you. Today we've got, now is it AndyAllex or AndyAllex?
AndyAllex.
AndyAllex. Okay, excellent. So let me get out of studio mode here. Awesome. And we are going to get out of this here. Okay, so I pulled up a few things on Wikipedia. Now, you said my voice is very loud. You
I
are,
think it's popping your
so it
your
might
voice
be that's popping on the, oh, I don't have any of
in
my alerts
Discord.
set up. Yes, it's popping probably through Discord, but how do I sound on stream? If anyone can tell me if it's popping on stream or if it sound okay, just let me know on stream. Um, let's see real quick. The 19. Alex is a bit loud though. Sure, I'll turn him down. Way to be loud, Alex. Alex.
It Alex.
Alex.
It's kinda strange to see me on other stream.
Yes. It'll be interesting. It'll be fun. That's what I want
Nice.
this to be fun. And thank you so much for the resub, Infozar. 19 months is a crazy amount of time. Um,
Yes.
But thank you everybody for coming in. Thank you all the raiders. Welcome to the zoo. My name's the Rusty Panda and I'm here for you. And we are doing Wiki Wednesday where we go down the Wikipedia rabbit hole, essentially figuring more about Alex um, and figuring out more stuff about the two of us. So the first thing that I put up here had to do with there are too many cool streams on right now. Well, I'm sorry, Sencha, you're going to have to pick one or three because you're allowed to have three tabs open
Uh,
at one time.
okay.
Not you,
My voice
Sencha.
my, my voice is loud too, or it's working well.
It should be working now. I turned you down just a smidge, so
Okay.
it should be working just fine now. Um,
Nice.
okay, perfect. So it's good. Yay! All right, so I looked up your stats about underneath your Twitch page,
Okay.
and you said that you were from a specific part of Brazil. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay,
I'm from north of Brazil.
north of Brazil. Now, have you always lived in Brazil?
Yes. I'm from from the north part in Brazil. That's is kind of far away from the parts that know more known for like Rio de Janeiro or São Paulo.
Okay, so it's one of the largest places, right, where you're from?
Yes, Pará is my state, and it's one of the most I mean most one of the great states of my country.
Okay,
It's kind
excellent.
of it's kind of great great state. So, but it's great, but don't have too many cities because it's kind of part of the Amazon forest.
Oh, okay.
So there's there's a lot of cities in nature there.
Interesting. So, okay, so you grew up around the Amazon area, or are you more in the city area?
No, city
Okay.
area,
Okay.
city area.
Do you have interest in the Amazon area, or?
I mean, it's kind of natural that we're in touch with nature because uh, our country is part. There's no city that is out of the nature part of our country, except São Paulo. São Paulo is metropolis, so it's like New York and Los
Oh,
Angeles. It's a very urban city,
Okay.
So there's no there's nature there, but it's not like here.
Okay.
No.
Okay. So let's talk about, I mean, so a lot of my viewers are American.
Okay.
And so they don't know too much about Brazil.
Okay.
I'm not going to have you do a history lesson for us, but I definitely am interested to see what the culture is like. So you listen to a lot of American music, right? Or British or English music, so to speak. So there's obviously all over the English music.
I
Um,
mean,
Go ahead.
no. Finish, please.
No, so I know that you also listen to um, your music as well it'd be in Portuguese, right?
Yes.
Right.
Right.
So you've got a very broad horizon of all of that. What tell me about Brazil in its terms of American culture, like what it looks like to you. Does that make sense?
I mean, it kind of sense because when you say what if I understood what you're asking me. You're asking me about my culture, how I see it.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, eh, one thing that you you all have to know about Brazil is Brazil have a lot of Brazils here. It's not one country in unison. It's a country with other countries
Okay.
because our it's such a great country that parts from it were colonized by other empires and other places. You see, here in Pará, we are mostly colonized by the Portuguese.
Okay.
At the same time, on the south of Brazil, we're colonized by uh, British and German
Oh, interesting.
and Italian on São Paulo, the center of Brazil. It's more like Italian influences, but at the same time, uh, we have some things in common. At other times, we have different things because uh, if you study more about our country, there's actually a lot of xenophobic uh, situations here.
Okay.
The people of the south don't like the people of the north
Okay.
of Brazil. So, and there's other things, but at the same time, our country have a lot of uh, cultures and other manifestations from this country. Here in Pará, we have a music more uh, it's different from the music from the south of the center of the Brazil, and you can hear it. It's kind of like the area from United States that have jazz influences, and Seattle had the influences from grunge. But at the same time, here it's kind of more more noted. Is more you note that it's much more different here.
Yes. Yes.
I'm
So
kind of struggling.
no,
Sorry.
you're doing great. You're doing great. Don't think 2 seconds about it. I promise you, you're doing wonderful. Okay, Burrito Sam says, is it worth mentioning that our flag is considered ugly because it's the only country flag that has text? And I pulled it up. I can't zoom out, but this is very interesting. What does this say?
Order and progress,
Order in
but
progress.
it's a positivist phrase, but the curious thing about it's it's incomplete. It's love, order, and progress, but they cut love
Aw.
because because our past is kind of bad. So they cut love because I think they don't like it.
Oh no. During the past 4 years, order and progress was what we least had, though. Okay, so explain that. What happened in Brazil that had the least amount of progress? Is
I
this
mean,
political, or is this what does Burrito Sam mean by that?
well, uh, on the last 4 years we had uh our president, our ex-president Bolsonaro, and he's a fascist, and he made some decisions that threw us on a hole that we're trying to escape.
Okay.
And I mean, he almost burned all our Amazon forest,
Wow.
and he almost destroyed our Pantanal.
Wow.
It's an area of our country that it's not a forest area, but had a great impact on our country and other things. He's an openly fascist politician. He don't like gays. Don't like Jewish people. He don't like uh, black people, Latin. And at the same time, he he thinks that he's patriotic. At the same time, he likes more your country than our country.
Interesting. And so apparently there's a vaccines thing. He's anti-vax.
Yes, yes. Of course. Uh, this last week, we discovered that he taken the vaccine. At the same time, he lied to
Oh my
all
gosh.
to all the country that he don't he don't took the vaccine, and said that the vaccine was trying to the the the, the the medics are trying to kill us with vaccine.
Oh my gosh. I gotta pull up my thing here. Hold on.
Yes.
HTTBG, thank you for the follow. Okay, so your friends seem to really love this, so it feels good to talk about the this sort of thing with so much camaraderie behind you. So, and by the way, welcome
Yes.
in Mosh Kane. How you doing? Thank you for the pickles. Uh,
Welcome.
so okay, so yeah, it says he's a vocal opponent of same-sex marriage, abortion, affirmative action, drug liberalization, and secularism. So I'm not trying to get too political, but on the same token, this sounds very similar to our one and only Donald Trump, um, in a way.
I mean, Bolsonaro is kind of our Trump because he wanted to be our Trump. It's no surprise for anyone that when he is competing the election, he openly said that he wanted to be our Donald Trump
Wow.
because Donald Trump was an influence for him. But at the same time, I don't like Trump, but I think Trump is less worrisome than Bolsonaro
Interesting.
because Bolsonaro have an influence on military,
Okay.
and uh, we have trouble relation with our military forces.
Okay. So
On
what's
this,
what's going on with the military?
the military forces on Brazil. it's it's a fascist group.
Okay.
It, they in the story of Brazil, our military forces always give a gave a coup in every aspect. In every generation, they tried to do this.
Okay.
So our last coup was in '64. They closed the Congress and started to torture and kill dissidents
Oh my
and
gosh.
communists here, uh, allied by CIA. So when when the Cold War was rolling on the world, they the CIA here on South America gave opportunities for all those countries to have a cup. They finance, and Brazil was one of that, and one of the worst. I think the other was Argentina, but
Okay.
Argentina when the coup was has ended, they they tried to pursue and put the the military on jail. They try to solve the problem. Here in Brazil, we don't try to solve this problem.
Okay.
So that's why our military forces is kind of go. Como é que seria golpista? Let me see here. Golpista. 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 Scammer. Ah, okay, scammer.
Okay.
But
Okay.
I don't think scammer is a better is a nice word for it. But they always try to end our democracy. Always,
Wow.
always, always.
So
And
what do you do
it,
as a citizen of that?
I mean, now I try to talk with people, try to make music about it, make art, but at the same time we cannot make much much more because our people suffer very much here.
Okay.
So we don't have time to fight for uh, against this because at the same time our people is kind of numb because there are so much problems here that we can't breathe and think about our reality.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the Bolsonaro years showed us what this culture of fascism is capable of.
Interesting.
So we can see a light in the end of the tunnel.
Well, that's
But at the
good.
same time, we have to organize us and start to give strength for movements and other other like I'm kind of struggling here, but
You're doing great.
it's kind of hard to ask for people in Brazil to wake up.
Yeah. Revolutions. Very good word, Burrito Sam. So we managed to
Yes,
remove Bolsonaro in the last year, which is very important to maintain our democracy.
yes,
So I think that's awesome. I think now the person you have in office, what is their name?
it's Lula, Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva.
Oh,
Lula
okay.
Lula was our president from 2002 to 2010,
2010, December
12.
31,
Yes,
2010.
yes, 2010. So Lula was our best president. Not that I'm fan of Lula, but he was the only one president that made changes for the poor people.
Interesting.
The only one, and that's make me more angry because one president did that. One from a lot of presidents, he was the only one, and he's considered the best because he was the only one.
Right.
Not that it's important to make something for the poor.
Yeah. And so it's interesting to me that he was elected, ran an office, then stopped, and now succeeded again in being in office. That is very bizarre to me, that you can even do that. I didn't even know that was a thing you could do.
I mean, he didn't want it. He he was out of politics for a long time, but he was involved with some schemes,
Mm,
and at the same time he was in jail, but at the same time without proofs of his crime. So when he got out of the prison, he got out more stronger because they they cannot accuse him from nothing, you know.
right, right.
So and the history of Lula is kind of the epitome from a Brazilian story. He was a poor kid in Pernambuco. He he suffered from hunger at his child years,
Mm-hmm.
and he moved to São Paulo and worked in factory and founded the the working party. He founded a working party in the years of the coup.
Wow.
He he did that, and he was he they tried to jail him, and he was in prison, but they cannot at the same time they cannot prove anything
Right.
against him. So he got out from prison and more stronger, like now.
That's
So
great. That's what an underdog story. You know what I mean?
yes, it's a classic underdog story.
That's
Classic
great.
underdog story. It's kind of haunting because it, I mean I see Lula, I see Brazil in Lula because he comes from a reality that it's so vivid here. At the same time, he gave hope
Yeah.
because now he is our president for the third time.
That's fantastic. Well, that's awesome that there's light at least, starting in the new year. Um,
Yes,
and that it gives some hope, especially to some not so hopeful times.
yes,
Um, so okay, so we've gotten a little bit into politics. We got a little bit into Brazil's culture.
yes.
Um, I don't want to jump into music just yet, so let's jump into art.
Okay.
So, what inspired you to do art? Like, how early did you decide that this was a hobby for you? Did you start in a class? What is your story as far as art is concerned?
Um, I'm an artist before I'm a musician, a visual artist. I have a bachelor. I mean, deixa eu ver. I have a bachelor degree on visual arts. So I'm an artist before, and the art was present in my life since I was 4 or 5 years old. My brother always drew characters from cartoons that he watched, so he inspired me.
Okay.
to be an artist.
Now, what
So
cartoons and stuff? What are we talking?
I don't know. I think Thundercats, He-Man,
Yes.
and other things like Jaspion, uh, more Japanese series that aired here in Brazil that I think they don't air there on United States.
Okay. So give me one of them to look up here.
You can see Jaspion. I think Jaspion. Let me
Yeah, yeah.
see.
Jaspion. Yeah, it's not even showing up.
You can see on Google.
Yeah, I'll look up Google. Let's see.
And the series, this kind of series, always make part made part of my my, my younger years too.
Okay, so it's just beyond. Okay, 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 okay.
Just
So,
beyond
Mega Beast Investigator, Just
investigating,
Beyond,
just
Space
yes,
Wolf, Metal Hero. This is
yes.
great.
I love his team. It's one of the best songs in my life.
Oh yeah.
I remember vividly because uh, picture that every afternoon
Mhm.
we came from school and sit in front of the TV and watch Jasper.
Wow.
And the curious thing about it is my brother is 10 years old, more 10 years older than me, so he is older, and at the same time I saw this this series in my younger years too because they reprised
Yeah.
the series.
Yeah. And so yeah, it said it ran for 1 year, between
Yes,
1985 and 1986.
yes.
But obviously it speaks volumes if you still remember.
No, Jaspion on our in the 30 years forward, people here
Uh huh.
remembers Jaspion.
Wow.
At the same time, one of the influences for me too is Knights of the Zodiac.
Okay, say that one word again.
Knights of Zodiac.
Night of Zodiac. If I could
Saint
spell.
Seiya. Knights.
Knights with a K.
Uh,
Knights of Zodiac. Japanese manga series. Yes,
yes.
Knights of the Zodiac. Okay.
Saint Seiya.
Okay. So ran from 1986 to 1990.
But here in Brazil, aired on 94 to 96.
Okay. 94 to 96. Okay. So yeah, it moved over. Now, what about this specific one do you remember the most? You said the other one, the
It,
music,
it,
but what about this?
the Saint Seiya series was very influential to my art, my to my drawings, and musically too. Musically, the openings and endings was on Japanese.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, they influenced my music too. I think making the link to music, uh, I I don't didn't started with bands and groups and artists. My history with my story with music started with video game music and anime music. So music from any animes like Sensei, Pokemon, and Digimon, and
Mm-hmm.
other series influenced me, and other soundtracks from games like Street Fighter 2
Okay.
and Mega Man X.
Yeah.
Mega Man X soundtrack is one of my most loved soundtracks in my life.
Oh, yes?
Yes,
Alright, so
Mega
hold
Man
on.
X,
Mega Man
and
X.
yes, and Final Fantasy 7.
Okay. Alright, so let's see. Mega Man X is a series of action platform video games released by Capcom. It's first released in 1993.
Yes.
It introduced new elements of the Mega Man franchise, including the ability to dash and climb walls. So let's see. These are the games. We won't worry about canceled games. Other media, animation. So they don't talk about the music too much.
Yeah,
Let's see. Mega Man X news.
kind of sad about it because the music is very nice. It's always inspired me to see the to hear the differences on style within the music. There's rock and roll, there's metal, there's jazz.
Oh
Very
wow.
almost all songs are jazz influenced on the soundtrack.
Okay. I would play them, but I don't want to get DMCA'd. So,
No, I think there's no problem because I hear the songs on my stream and they
okay.
don't give DMCA. At least I didn't had DMCA here
Okay.
until now.
Let's see if this plays and hopefully not too loudly. I'm probably going to get an ad. No ad. Turn this down. Okay. Can you hear that?
No.
Okay. Are you by my stream?
Yes, I'm on your stream. Yes. Now I'm hearing. You can there's marks there on your video. My favorite song is I love all the songs. Amorete Armadillo.
Oh, okay. I don't know how to spell that nor say that. Mega Man
Armored
X.
Armadillo.
There we go. Armored Armadillo. There it
Yes.
is. There it
It's
is.
my favorite song from I think it's one of my favorite songs. I love it. It's very jazz influenced at the same time have a kind of cartoon.
Yeah, I like this. I'm gonna have to look more into that. That's awesome. That's awesome.
And on context from from the game, it's much better because you're in the action and hearing these songs.
Yeah, for sure. And that definitely pumps you up to play. That gives you
Yes, I love.
need for speed.
Yes, I love this kind of soundtracks.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm as far as gaming soundtracks, like I know this is really stupid, but I really like the Animal Crossing soundtrack. I don't know if you've ever played those games, Animal Crossings, but their soundtracks to me are so nostalgic and so calming
Yes,
that
I
if I
know.
hear them, especially like other streamers will have them as their redeems, pianists and stuff, and they'll
Mm-hmm.
have them as their redeems, and I'm like, redeem, redeem, I want to hear it. I want to hear this song so bad. Because it's nostalgia mixed in with, good music, good calm
Yep.
music. Compared to
Uh,
your not so calm music, but it's still good music.
the there's there are some songs from games that make me emotional. The
Yeah.
Arif theme, the Arif theme from Final Fantasy 7, it moves me, makes me kind of teary
Yeah. And why is that?
because it's a such a important uh event on the game that it's kind of it's kind of recorded here on my memory. I cannot ever forget.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm gonna fast forward a little bit. Oh, that's real
Bye,
nice.
G.
Bye.
And other themes
Yeah.
from the game.
Yeah, that sounds so pretty. That sounds so pretty. Gaming soundtracks is not something that I've ever delved into, not on
You
purpose that
should.
I haven't. But yeah, I mean
There's
this is a lot. There's a lot of good stuff.
yes.
Thank you for opening my eyes for that. That's why we do these to learn something.
the 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 curious thing about game soundtracks and anime soundtracks where is that I I use it to listen when I was studying. When I said I love it, Mega Man X
Mm-hmm.
soundtrack, it's because when I study, when I have 7 8 years old, I use it to rent
Mm-hmm.
the cartridge from Mega Man X and play the songs from my TV when I draw, start to draw or study something. So these songs from other games too, I made this.
Wow.
At the same time, even today, I do this. I
Yeah.
do my streams. Today, for example, I I played the Final Fantasy VII soundtrack on lo-fi on my stream when I was drawing.
Nice. Yeah, and that you feel that really helps the creative juices flow.
Yes, almost my songs have an influence from games on or series.
Okay. So we're in Final Fantasy. So what other let's see, you're talking about other video games that have influenced you in some way. What
Hmm.
besides Mega Man and Final Fantasy, what takes the cake?
Um, I don't know. I think from games or series too.
From and either. And Infosat, thank you so much for the tier 1 sub. I super duper appreciate it. Thank you and welcome on in. So
uh,
yeah, series or otherwise.
um, Digimon.
Yeah?
Yep.
So,
The songs from Digimon, not the songs from United States.
okay.
Your dubbing is unique for you.
Mhm.
And here in Brazil, we had a dubbing inspired on the Japanese. So we had the Japanese songs here.
Oh, okay. I'm a little I'm a little jealous of that. That's um
It,
I think this is the wrong. It's saying Tamagotchi, but hold on. The Digimon franchise began as virtual pets intended as a.
yes,
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
it was
So,
the first Tamagotchi.
oh, I never knew that.
Yep, it was the first Tamagotchi.
Oh my gosh, I hated Tamagotchi. I always killed it. I always got it killed, no matter how it
I
just pooped all the
I've
time.
always I've always wanted a Tamagotchi, but it was very pricey, so we cannot afford to have one.
Yeah, they were we had the little egg ones.
Yes.
And yeah, those were just everybody had to have one, and then we had one, and we're like, why do we have this? Like this is so awful. It's kind of like your other franchise, like a Slinky or whatever, and you get it, and you're like, now what? Like I had to have this, and now it's a Slinky. Like what do I do with it?
uh, if I had one Tamagotchi, I certainly had killed.
Oh yeah?
Because yes, because I don't have much attention.
Yeah, I get that. I couldn't do that. Okay, so it came from Tamagotchi.
Yes,
Most Digimon stories begin with a human child coming into contact with a Digimon, either through accidentally entering the digital world or encountering a Digimon who has come into the human world. The
yes.
child or children will find themselves equipped with a Digivice, and that device modeled after the series' virtual pets and enable them to empower their partner Digimon. So I
Hmm.
never watched Digimon. Don't hate me,
No,
because I was a Pokemon girl.
I was a Pokemon boy too, but at the same time, I've started to watch Digimon
Mm-hmm.
because here in Brazil, uh, on the channel Record, we have Pokemon,
Mm-hmm.
and at the Global channel we had Digimon.
Oh,
So
okay.
they competed against one another,
Uh huh.
and but I think I prefer the cartoon, the
Mm-hmm.
anime from Digimon. There's nothing wrong about the Pokemon. I think it's nice for children,
Mm-hmm.
but Digimon have more profound story,
Okay.
much more. We were talking this on my stream uh, today, and there's some situations on Digimon that are very very uh, personal.
Okay.
One of the characters, Pi, when he's on the Digimon world, he thinks that everything will be all right at some point because the Digimon, when they die, they always have a rebirth state. But he don't. He came to the conclusion that he cannot rebirth. He
Right.
cannot. He can die on this situation. So at the span of five no 3 episodes he is kind of dealing with the idea of dying.
That's
So it's,
awesome.
it's very serious.
Yeah.
Uh, it's it's kind of creepy if you start to think about it. But at the
Yeah.
same time, it's important to know the value of life
Hmm.
and death on a cartoon like that.
Yeah.
In other situations on the anime, like there's a family situations. There's a child there that's it's orphan and it's adopted. He don't know about it, and when he discovers, it's a kind of hard situation from for him. So
Yeah.
Digimon is always dealing with these real situations
Yeah.
inside the story of fighting and monsters.
Yeah, and again, that's news to me. I definitely didn't know there were so many adult undertones to it.
Yeah, there's a
Um
lot of adult undertones.
yeah, yeah. And so I think that's awesome. It looks like they're doing Digimon Adventure 2 The Beginning, which is upcoming. So it looks like it's not dead yet.
No, no, but
Um
at the same time, they cannot revive the sparkling uh, that they had
the
on
originals.
the originals. Yes.
Yeah, yeah, and I feel that way about Pokemon too. There's just my nephew, he watches Pokemon now. And first of all, let's start with this. Let's start with this. What's your favorite Digimon?
I think it's Angemon.
Okay. Spell that for
Angemon
me.
is Ange, the angel from Angel.
And
Angemon.
Angemon. Spelling it wrong. Can you spell it for me? Like on the in the chat?
Ange. Uh, Angemon.
Angemon. Okay, 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 okay. So Angemon. Let's
Because
look it up on Google. We gotta go to Google.
when it's
Angemon.
because when he appears on the series, it's a kind of classic situation on it.
So is this Angemon?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. So it doesn't look like a monster.
No, the thing about Digimon, it's because they aren't monsters all the time because they are inspired on cultural things, not animals. At the same time, they're Digimon animals and they're warriors Digimons and other things. They don't follow logic.
Okay. So yeah, it says that there's a child, adult, a perfect, and a
Yes,
ultimate.
yes.
See, for me, I want the child. I know that the ultimate is like super cool, but look at that child. Look how freaking cute that little dragon thing is. And it's orange. I want it. Um, but yeah, I think this is cool as
Digimon
crap.
is all over the place.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so then let's go back now. What's your favorite Pokemon?
Luxray. Luxray is my favorite. I don't think he has a page on Wikipedia.
Yeah, I know, but oh, I know exactly which one this is. This is the Dark Electric, right?
No,
No?
I always thought he was dark, but he isn't. It is only electric.
Oh,
It's
he's
kind of
only
sad.
electric. Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah.
All right, ad, go away. Um,
It's my favorite.
yeah, I think he looks awesome. Um, my favorite, let's see. What is my favorite? My favorite is, if I could spell,
Togepi?
Togekiss.
Togekiss.
I have a perfect Togekiss in my Pokemon Go, and it is my
Nice.
favorite Pokemon. And
Do
so
you always thought that Togekiss looks like a pillow?
it does look like a pillow. Maybe that's why I love it so much. Like, you look so comfortable and you fly.
Yes. Yes. I think Togekiss and Snorlax are the best
Yes,
pillow Pokemon.
I agree. Yay, Orange. Info's dad. He knows. See, he knows what's up. Orange is the best color that there is.
Yes.
Uh, so okay, so Pokemon, obviously a little more. When Pokemon came out, did you play the video games or did you watch the TV shows or both?
I've started to watch the TV show because, as I said, we don't had any money to spend with consoles and games and others, the type of stuff, because our situation here in my home was kind of hard.
Mm-hmm.
But when Pokemon aired, I just watched the TV show, and when it was 2001, I had a friend that borrowed me Game Boy Color,
Okay.
and I've played Pokemon Gold, and it was one of the best experiences
Yes.
of my life.
Yes. Pokemon Gold is so good.
It's the best, I think. It's the best Pokemon of all because he have the Pokemon Gold, and when you finish, have Pokemon Red and Blue
Yeah. You
in
just
it.
have more.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's the
Yeah.
best end game
Yeah. That
of all.
the Pokemon Gold is great. Now a little. I'm in a different scenario where video games have always been available to me.
Yeah.
So I started with the original Game Boy, then the Game Boy Color, then we had
Hmm.
PlayStation 1, we had
I had a PlayStation One too.
GameCube. PlayStation 1 was great. We played a
No,
bunch of
it's one of the best consoles I ever
yes,
had.
yes, we played a bunch of DDR, and with that we had a DDR mat. Do you know what DDR is?
Yes, of
Yes.
course.
Okay. So we played Hello
I
Jersey
don't
Girl
dance
Jenny.
nothing,
No.
but I know the game.
We played DDR so hard. We had our own mat and everything. We plugged it in to the controller spot. How you doing, Jersey Girl Jenny? Welcome on in. So yeah, so we played DDR Spyro, the original Spyro the Dragon.
Yes,
Uh,
it's awesome. I Final Fantasy I've played on PlayStation,
mhm.
Metal Gear. I love the Metal Gear,
Yeah.
and I've always was an RPG guy, but I love platformers like Crash Bandicoot,
Yes.
Spyro,
Spyro was great.
and but I think I had much more time with PlayStation 2.
Okay.
PlayStation 2 was my best console I had ever had because I had so much games, so much. It's I had a box
Oh yeah.
from the sides with games, so I I lived more the the PlayStation 2 era than the first.
Yeah, and PlayStation 2 I ended up buying in don't laugh at me. I ended
Yeah.
up buying in 2015. Okay, because I wanted a specific game. I don't know if you know what it is, but it is called you just learned how to use a PS4 controller. Hey, you know what? I just bought a PS2 in 2015, so I feel you. But to play the game Puzzle Quest,
Puzzle Quest. I know the game, but I didn't play it.
yeah, Puzzle Quest was I love puzzles, and basically you have characters, like you could pick rogue or barbarian or whatever, and you've got
Nice.
spells that you use mana, and so it's a matching game, but you're using mana to defeat the enemies using your powers.
There's a game called Puzzle and Dragons.
Yes,
Do you
it's
know
similar.
it?
It's similar to Puzzles and
I
Dragons.
love this game. I
But
love this game.
but they
I
got
love it.
and I don't want to say they got the idea, but they got the idea from Puzzle Quest, the original Puzzle
Nice.
Quest. Um,
Nice.
I just learned Cooking Simulator. Oh yeah, that's a awesome game. I don't do simulators besides Sims, but I haven't done Sims in years. But
Uh,
simulators just make me angry.
I don't like simulators.
Yeah, simulators just make
You
me angry.
you said you had your first PS2 on 2015.
Yep.
I had my own 2010. So
Okay.
we don't
That's
we aren't
awesome.
very far from it.
Yeah, yeah. And then there was one other game that I wanted to play, and I don't even remember. It's literally in a box over there. I had to stop so much rage. Glad it's not just me. No, it's not just you. I promise. Um, but okay, so PlayStation 2, and then you had a PlayStation 2. What was the next console that you had? I mean, did you follow the Pokemon series? Did you follow handhelds? Did you follow GameCube?
Oh, my history with games is kind of curious because the first console that I had was NES,
Okay.
uh, and it was not an NES like you have. It's called Phantom System. It's a clone of NES that we had here in Brazil,
Okay.
and it was my first. Then I I jumped to Super Nintendo,
Okay.
and from Super Nintendo I had a PlayStation.
Okay.
At the same time, my dad worked with uh with electronics,
Okay.
so he had access to other consoles that was not uh ours,
Okay.
but we tested
Cool.
uh some. I think we had Mega Drive,
Okay.
in, in case Genesis there
Yes.
on America, Master System, uh, I don't know. We had a lot of consoles that passed here on my home and then was bought for other people
Right.
from other. But mine, I had NES, Super Nintendo, PlayStation, and the other Nintendo consoles I don't
Okay.
have it. But I had the portables.
Okay.
I've always loved the portables from Nintendo. I
So
had
Nintendo DS.
yes, Nintendo DS was my first portable
Okay.
that I bought with my own money.
Yes.
I bought unused and God, I played so much on on my DS, so
Yes.
much. I love the. At the same time, I my brother had a PSP,
Okay.
and I love more. I love I I want to have a PSP now
Okay.
because it's my favorite portable. And I had a 3DS. Let me see if I had new. It's somewhere.
Yeah, they just closed up the
Wait a bit.
3DS shop.
Yes, but uh
Oh,
I
yay!
I I emulate games on it.
Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, I ended up with a, let's see, I had a PlayStation, then a Game Boy Color, then they went through the Game Boy Color series. I stopped playing video games for a while.
Mhm.
Then, I played on the Wii U. Then we went back to PlayStation 2. And then we got the Nintendo Switch around the time
Nice.
that I got the 3DS. And
Hmm.
my favorite Pokemon is actually Pokemon X, which was on the
I love
3DS.
Pokemon X.
I
It's
think that
nice.
they did fantastic job with the after game, and I think
Yes.
the graphics were great for the time, and it was just to me so well done. So
It
that's my favorite Pokemon.
it's one of the less good Pokemon games.
Now, do you have a Switch
I think.
or
No, I don't have a Switch.
okay?
I found on the street the
Oh
there's
my gosh, you found that on the street.
yes.
That's amazing.
I think it's let me hold on.
Okay,
Let me not.
there we
I
go.
think there you go.
Uh huh. Wow, is that the OG? That's original.
Yes, it's the original.
Wow.
It's kind of rusty and broken, but when I saw it, I had
Yeah.
to
Does
get
it
it.
and it still works?
I don't know. I
Okay.
have to clean it
Yeah. Yeah.
and see if it's working. But continue. I had PlayStation 2, then I have PlayStation 3
Okay.
and 4 and now 5. So I'm a kind of PlayStation guy.
Yeah. Yeah. I stopped. I chose Xbox. I'm sorry. I
That's
don't
okay.
think it's a superior to the PlayStation. I just think that some of the games are better on Xbox, but I think the PlayStation plays better.
I I think when Xbox 360 was on the market, it was the best choice because it was the popular choice.
Right, right.
At the same time, I think PlayStation 3 had the best games from Sony.
Okay.
It
Pause 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Burrito Sam,
okay.
thank you so much for being here. I really
Bye,
appreciate it.
Bonito.
And Panda, welcome on in. Thanks for joining the chat. We're just catching up and talking about video games at the moment. So go right ahead. So PlayStation 2, you said.
PlayStation 2?
Yeah, I think it was 2 or
No,
3.
three,
Yeah,
three,
3.
three.
Okay.
It had Last of Us.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the best games, and I think uh, they had the Metal Gear Saga and other games that I loved on PlayStation was on PlayStation. So
Continued with it.
I opted to have a PlayStation 3, but at the same time, it was the best choice was to have a 360
Yeah.
because it was so much more easy to pirate here in
Mm-hmm.
Brazil. It's because we don't have access to the games here in Brazil
Right.
in that time. So we pirated.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
Get it how you can.
yet and it was kind of sad because we wanted to have the original, but we don't have the opportunity. And when we have the opportunity, it was very expensive.
Okay.
A game from a PS3 here in Brazil is kind of R$ 200. It's like I don't know, $500. I think.
Holy crap.
Yes.
That's
No, 500. I'm talking shit. It's kind of
how
I don't
much is
know.
it? How much is it in your monies?
Pois é, it's R$ 200, 300. I think it's 300 reais. A
300.
PS5 game now is three, three it's 300 reais. How? REAL.
How do you spell thank you? 300 real to US dollars is $58.
Yes.
Wow. So it's $58 for a game, which is about what it is going for what it's worth. It's what it's going for in Nintendo. The new Zelda game that's coming out, the Breath of the Wild
Mm-hmm.
2, which is not what it's called, but the Breath of the Wild 2 basically, it's
Yes.
going for $70, which is a
Oh,
triple A platinum game on Nintendo status. Otherwise, it's normally $60 to play a
it will
brand new
be
game.
500 reais here
Wow. Wow.
at minimum.
Yeah, at minimum. Right. Now with Xbox and Play, are you able to download certain games? I know Xbox has like Xbox Live. Are you
Yeah,
able
but
to download those games from the live platform, or is it more just the pirating and such?
no, it was possible, but the price was expensive.
Yeah.
People always opted for pirating because the pirated game was 20 reais. It's like I think it's $2.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
so so we opted to have this method.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, when you're in the situation that you were in, to be able to get content and not break the bank, it makes
Yes.
sense that that's the route that was taken.
I, I
Um,
think I think it was the the case here in Brazil is because this kind of entertaining
yeah,
uh, things are hard to consume here because we had such other things to spend our money
right.
like food,
Mm-hmm.
clothing, and pay the bills.
Absolutely.
A lot of bills.
Yeah, I get it.
Then we don't have the opportunity and money to spend with entertainment.
Yeah,
Only if you are medium class to upper class.
yeah. And even still, like, I hate saying this, I hate putting myself in a category, but I would be lower middle class because I got my master's degree. Like, I have my own house. Like, but I'm still struggling to pay the bills and
Mm,
making sure that, doctors is getting
yep.
taken care of. But for some reason, I'm still able to, when I get these spikes in money, I'm able
Mm-hmm.
to get the console and then I get broke again. And then I go ahead and get a game and then I'm broke again. And I do this to
Yeah.
myself repeatedly until I get everything that I want, which sounds so bad.
Congratulations,
Yeah.
you live in Brazil. They're only United States.
Yeah, yeah,
But
exactly.
the thing here in Brazil that kind of save us is it's that health it's free.
Oh. Ugh. If only. Oh my gosh.
We have a free security health here in Brazil. It's
Hmm.
called SUS,
Okay.
Universal Health System, and you can make a lot of things on it, but it's kind of hard because it's from all people,
Okay.
so don't work too much. But when it works very well.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, we in America are so pushing for universal health care, but that comes down to something that is not very good for people like me who have a disability
Mm,
that is a rare genetic disease, right?
mm, I
So
see.
I have a rare genetic disease that requires biweekly infusions. People in Canada are unable to get, even though they have health care, are unable to get these infusions unless their kidneys are already deteriorated, which the infusion is to prevent getting your kidneys deteriorated, right? So that's where the
Nice.
universal health care gets
Yes.
clashed. I'm very
Uh-huh.
fortunate to have third party companies who are paying for my infusions because it's such a rare disease. But at the same
At the,
token, if we had universal health care, it wouldn't be that way. So I
I,
really want universal health care in the mental health capacity, but in the physical capacity, I would kind of get screwed.
I, 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 if you, I know it's a situation
Hmm.
there on United States. It's kind of have a better reputation
Hmm.
on the world because it's kind of expensive
Yeah.
to have a situation that you need a health care. But at the same time, here in Brazil, those diseases that you mentioned, like another like cancer and diabetes,
Hmm.
it's kind of free to treat here.
That's great. Yeah.
So when I see the problem of healthcare in United States, I think it's not interesting for the companies you had
Right.
there on
Big
United
pharma
States.
is huge out here. Big
Yes,
pharma just takes over everything.
yep,
We've
it's a
had
money that they don't want to
we've had
to.
strides for cures for cancer. This is third party knowledge, right? So I don't know how
Yeah,
true this is, but we've had
okay.
strides for cures for cancer that were celebrated, then put away and tried to smother by big pharma because if
Mm-hmm.
big pharma finds a cure for cancer, their pharma is no longer needed.
Yep, there last year had a situation not in United States but in Canada that a woman didn't have the money to pay for her treatment. I don't remember the disease, and she asked the government for help, and they offered her euthanasia.
What?
Yep, yep.
What?
You can research
Yeah,
and you
yeah.
see
I'll
it.
go ahead and type in euthanasia and see what we find out about euthanasia here. So, if anyone
And
doesn't know what euthanasia is, it's basically the ability to pull the plug, right? So, there's a horrible way to put it, but essentially to it's like putting a dog down, but putting a human down.
yep,
It's
yep,
assisted suicide. That's basically what they
yep.
call it. So whether or not you believe in euthanasia laws, the fact that they went ahead and said euthanasia is your only option, that's what's ludicrous. That's what's crazy.
Man, this is so wrong on so many levels.
Yeah,
I think
absolutely.
we we don't have humanity anymore.
Yeah.
I think it's only money
And big
and
pharma.
everything that come yes and everything that goes with it.
All right, so
Anyway,
let's talk about music.
okay,
So we've got a few topics to discuss. We've got, your upbringing in music in general. We've
nice.
got bands that'll influence you the most. And then we've
Okay,
got your music itself. So we're going to kind of cover those three topics. So let's start out with, the starter package. What got you into music?
as I said,
Video
the
games, right?
anime music in video games
Uh-huh.
made a lot of uh, 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 of influence in my life because they were always present. But at the same time, I think the starting point to me as a musician was with Linkin Park. Was
Yes.
my first band that I loved in
Yes.
my life. But at the same
Absolutely.
time, I've always listened to music not as a musician, but what's playing on my surroundings.
Yeah.
Uh, Music that my brother listened, my sister listened, but I didn't listen to anything
Yeah.
before Linkin Park. But I listened
Absolutely.
to what they listen. You know, my brother liked a lot of U2
Mhm.
and Oasis
Okay.
and Blur and other artists. But what intrigued me the most was Linkin Park. When I saw the in the end uh, video,
Mhm.
it changed my perspective on life.
Yeah, absolutely. The pure, I don't want to say angst, but like the pure raw feelings that they're able to
No,
portray.
I never listened to Linkin Park as an angst person. It wasn't the thing that moved me to listen to Linkin Park because it's in English and I'm a Portuguese, I'm Brazilian,
Right.
so the lyrics wasn't the thing that moved me in Linkin
Okay.
Park. The thing that moved me with Linkin Park was the melodies, always the melodies,
Absolutely.
always.
Mhm.
Even when they played trashy and metal and hardcore, they
Yeah.
have always had melody,
Absolutely.
and it was nice to hear. Even with the Chester screams, it was nice because even my sister, she don't like nothing from rock, and she loved Linkin Park
I
because it
agree.
was so accessible. I think Linkin Park was the last greatest rock band of all our times because they made this bridge
Yeah.
of all culture, people, and other countries, and they embraced these people.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
and and the funny thing here in Brazil,
Uh-huh.
that is Linkin Park was so great, so popular that we had a show here on MTV
Uh-huh.
called Disc MTV that you called
Uh,
MTV and asked for a song, and they've pitched bands against bands. So when Linkin Park was on the on the challenge,
mhm.
it always win. It always wins. Always, always.
We had something similar to that. It was like a 1888 number around here.
Yeah,
And
and
basically you
the
call in and it was you got to ask for certain songs or whatever and they would either play like they would put them up against each other
yep,
and you would get to choose vote which ones you
yep,
wanted.
yep. It was like that. But the funny thing about it is that they had one day that they pitched Linkin Park against Linkin Park
That's
because
funny. So two different
because no,
songs.
yep, yep, because no one can win Linkin Park.
Right,
It was
right.
kind of funny.
So okay, out of all their albums, you've got your first album, obviously, but what is there a um specific CD that makes I still call them CDs. Listen to that. Is there a specific album that you relate to the most, like musically?
I think in general the first two uh, is always the best choice,
Yeah.
right? But curiously, my favorite album is not Meteora and Hybrid Theory. Is The Hunting Party
Interesting. 2014.
because yes, it's because The Hunting Party have influences that influenced me, not their sounds. They
Yeah.
had uh, guitar solos in this album. They have metal. They have alternative metal. It's kind of an album that explores the sounds from Meteora and Hybrid Theory
Yep.
more more I, pro- in a profound way. I think more mature way.
Yeah. Absolutely. And
But
go ahead.
no one heard this this album. But I think it's the pure continuation from Meteor. It's a hunting party.
Yeah, and they're
If
they're
this
saying
album
things from
if this
Meteora.
album was released before Meteor or after Meteora,
Mhm.
I think it will be a success.
Yeah.
I don't think I am sure.
Yeah, definitely. And so it's saying, between hybrid theory and Meteora to a more experimental and cutting edge sound. The
Yep.
electronica influenced albums were commercially successful. So it's basically saying that the um, departure from electronic rock and experimental sound of the band's previous two albums and return to the band's new metal sound.
Yep.
It's a rock record. So yeah, I mean, and that is a really freaking cool uh, CD cover.
I love other influence.
Yeah.
It's this artist, that one from the cover.
Yeah.
He's called James Jean. He's one of my favorite artists recently because the his work is awesome. It's changed my life on
Yeah.
so many levels. You can and this art is inspired. This art have a drawing
Mhm.
and they made a 3D render from it. But
Oh.
his drawings are phenomenal.
Yeah. Okay, so say his name again.
Let me see, James. Yeah,
James Jean.
it's not the
Taiwanese American visual
yep,
artist.
yep. You can.
Nice.
I think you can
He
see
was
his
raised in New Jersey. What?
yep.
What? That's crazy. Yeah, visual arts in New York City, which he graduated in 2001. So I would have been 10, but he would have totally been there while I was there.
Whoa, nice.
Yep, yep, yep. So, in a way, we're kind of like the same. No, we're not at all.
No.
There's no degree of separation. No, no, no. Um, okay, so he became a cover artist for DC and Marvel Comics.
Yep.
7 Eisner Awards, 3 consecutive Harvey Awards, 2 gold medals, and a silver from the Society of Illustrators of Los Angeles, and a gold medal from the Society of Illustrators of New York. That's fantastic.
I
So,
I think you can see his works on Google. I think it's the best. I don't think there are some illustrations there.
it was, oh my gosh, on March 4th of 2021, he sold his first NFT with his artwork Slingshot. It was often auctioned off as $469,000 and 696 no, $469,000 900 yeah, $469,000. I can do math. It's fine. It's fine. But that's crazy. That's
Yeah, it's
crazy.
very crazy.
NFTs are crazy.
I don't like NFTs, but it's okay.
Yeah, no, I don't either. But yeah,
It's kind
that's
of
insane.
it's kind of NFT for me. It's like card game to rich people.
Yes, that's a good way to put
Trading
it.
card game to rich people.
Yes. So
I
wow, look
love
at all these arts. This
I
is
love
great.
this work. You can search a James Dean hunting party to see his work on the album.
So this is the work. And then
This is the cover and have the original. I think yes,
wow.
this is the original.
That's
I love this.
beautiful.
It's awesome.
Yeah, that's
It's awesome.
beautiful. It
When
reminds
I
me of Pink Floyd art. Have you ever
eh,
seen The
there
Wall?
you've almost reached the the point of this because Pink Floyd is my favorite band.
Oh, yay. Okay, good, good. So
Okay,
nice
here
segue.
are yeah.
Oh, okay, perfect. Yeah, nice segue. Oh,
Segue.
yes. Okay, so Pink Floyd. So let me ask you. Okay, so you're gonna get real jealous of me. Are you ready for jealousy? You have
Okay,
to
let's.
hold back your jealousy. But I
Okay,
saw Pink Floyd The Wall at Madison Square Garden back in 2010.
12, 10. I've wanted to be on this tour, but didn't have the money.
Yeah, no,
It's
it was given to me as a gift. Otherwise, I would
nice.
not have been able to have this money. But yeah, my dad, my whole family went basically, and then they were like, "Hey,
Nice.
we've got 2 tickets," and I was like, "Hey, my friend Ryan, do you like Pink Floyd?" Yeah, okay. Well, the show's like tomorrow, so let's go. And so we
That
went.
it's kind of crazy because it's from Roger, no? Roger Waters,
Yeah,
and he turned Pink Floyd, but at the same time there's David Gilmour,
yeah, yeah. He did
and
great.
I think uh, I didn't make to this concert, but I saw his Dark Side of the Moon concert
Mm-hmm.
on 2006, and his Us and Them on 2018.
Yes,
It was nice. It was one of the best concerts of my life.
absolutely. And what was crazy about the wall is that they took current images and current visual art and put it up against a wall that was very
Eh,
different than what the original wall was.
Yep,
but it was
Yep.
current. So like one of the things where I forget what song it was, but he was using, oh, I got goosebumps already. He was using soldiers.
Animations.
Well, yes, but he
Uh,
was also using soldiers' faces. Bring the boys home.
Bring
Yeah.
the boys back home.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Yeah, he had like actual soldiers' faces and stuff going. I have goosebumps
Nice.
everywhere.
Nice.
But yeah, the animations too were all the visual arts that was happening up there was crazy. And then it was all a virtual wall. So instead of them building pieces, which they did, the wall
Mm-hmm.
itself fell, but it was basically like having a giant green screen, right? Or a
Yep.
projector. And so that's how
Mm-hmm.
they did it this time was using that projector.
I, I saw this concert on video,
Okay.
and I at the same time it's not the same thing,
No.
because the thing is to see the wall
Built.
on
Did
there.
did you have the DVD of the original wall?
No, I saw it on the movie. I saw
Yeah.
on VHS.
Okay. Yeah.
We have I have the peculiar story with Pink Floyd,
Okay, I'm ready.
because when I was a child, was a kid, my my dad always rented movies to see, and he always rented cartoons to to me. So he picked Pink Floyd The Wall, thinking it was cartoon. So I watched it, and I've been traumatized with Pink Floyd for a long time in my life,
Yeah, absolutely. Oh my
and
gosh.
I cannot hear Pink Floyd. So in a very twisting way, Pink Floyd became my favorite band,
Of
because
course.
I've tried I've won the trauma,
Mhm.
and absorbed
Yeah.
the this, and I've turned the trauma to a love for the band,
That's
because
fantastic.
I've understood what I was feeling.
Yeah.
So Pink Floyd is a kind of a band that is in my life from much earlier years than
So,
I think.
what's your favorite song? You have to pick just one.
Why do you do this to me? It's not hard to to
Mhm.
choose one, because I I say that my favorite song is Comfortably Numb, because
Yes.
this song made me a musician. But at the same time, my favorite album is Wish We're Here,
Yes, I completely agree with you on that one.
because Comfortably Numb have uh that great solo. That solo made me think that I could play guitar,
That's awesome.
and but I didn't have the money on the time that I hear it. But at the same time, I entered a band, a cover band from Pink Floyd, to sing.
Yes. So
It
you were
was my
in a
first.
Pink Floyd cover band?
Yep. It was
Yes.
my first band that I've ever entered. So, and I didn't sing too well the on that time, but it was a nice experience.
Yeah. Um
And
so okay,
no,
so
go.
you were in a cover band.
Yep.
We were I was in a band in 2008 to 2009 with my brother.
The same year that I had the
Yeah.
band.
We were synergy. That's the word of the day. But yeah, it was all of our own music, right? So my brother and I
Yep.
wrote a lot of music, and we were like, we're going to go ahead and do this. And so we played in Philadelphia on stage in front of people, and it was
Nice.
crazy. And then I was like, all right, we've peaked. So that's about it. I'm going to go ahead and graduate high school now, and I'm going to go off to college, and we're going to say this happened. So, but yeah, I mean, being in a band is like a crucial part of growing up in your musical journey. You know what I mean?
Yep, but at the same time, I know a lot of musicians that don't have bands.
Oh, yeah.
Uh, my my goal as a musician wasn't being in a band. I When I started to play guitar, I was working with animations,
Okay.
as you know, and I received my first payment, and I started to watch a DVD from David Gilmour.
Okay.
It is live in Royal Albert Hall, and I saw him make the solo from Echoes,
Yes.
and I said to me, I have I have to learn to play a guitar. So
100%.
I got my money, and I bought a guitar on the same day, because
Yes.
I've tried to learn to play guitar, but it always hurt my fingers, and I I've kind of gave up, and and I tried again and give up. So I've said to me, if I bought a guitar, I have to value my money, so I have to play it.
Yeah.
So it worked.
Yeah. My first guitar, which was called Brown Sugar, was a
Brown
kid's
sugar. Oh,
guitar, which I didn't realize it was a kid's guitar, right? It was
my
perfect for my fingers. Like
my
it,
guitar my guitar that I bought was a kid guitar too.
oh yeah?
It was a very small guitar.
No, this one was decent size. Like it felt like a real guitar, but it was just slightly smaller. And
I know.
oh, okay, when you said small, I was like, what are you playing, a ukulele?
No. It wasn't a ukulele. It was a acoustic guitar
Okay.
with nylon strings,
Nice.
but it's kind of, I don't know. I think it wasn't so small, but it was small compared to a
Normal
normal
guitar.
guitar.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. And so I learned how to play basic chords, and I was like, this is it. Like, I've made it. Now, here's the fun part. I started playing guitar, which I got off of. Do you guys have Craigslist? Do you know what Craigslist is?
Craigslist? No.
Okay,
What is this?
I'm gonna teach you something. So, Craigslist is a website and where you can
Okay.
go ahead and buy things, you can get jobs, you can search for anything, you can get catfished if you know what that is.
I know.
Yeah, yeah.
I know.
So Craigslist is like the main thing. Like, I've gotten jobs off of Craigslist.
I think it's like a section from from journal
Right,
that
right.
have the announcements of
Exactly.
working, and
You can
you
arrange
can arrange.
murders. Yes, exactly, Fozar. That's exactly it. No, there is a. He's not kidding. There is a lot of shady stuff that goes on Craigslist, and yeah, you could date weirdos. You can do a bunch of stuff. But
Whoa.
basically, what I did was I bought the guitar. It was like
Okay.
ridiculously cheap. Somebody was buying it, so we met in this parking lot. That's what you do. You meet in a parking lot in a public place always. Kids, if you're
A
listening, which
parking
I don't
lot.
know why you would. Yes, like a Walmart parking lot
But
or some shit like
okay,
that.
okay.
Yeah, not a
I've
shady parking lot. You want to make sure that
I
everybody's
I thought
around.
about that, about this parking lot.
And so I
Here we
go ahead.
here we 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 make this type uh of selling on malls and
Okay.
shoppings.
Yes. Yeah, yeah. No, this is all on the web. And
Okay.
so anyway, I got
No,
my
no.
good
I mean, we make the negotiations
at
on a
malls.
site, but we encounter the other people on malls
Yeah,
and
yeah.
shoppings,
Public places.
public place. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. And so I got my guitar and I learned how to play, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, point is, 10 years later, I still am at the same level that I was when I started because I got this guitar, I pick it up, I play it, I feel inspired, I write a song, I put it down, I don't pick it up for a long time because life happens or whatever, and because I have mental health issues, and so I'm like, I'm not good enough, I won't play it. So that happens. But I do want to, while I'm thinking about that, talk about that real quick as far as you've expressed in your streams regarding your music and your writing about mental health and music. And I was wondering
Yep.
if you could touch on that for a second.
I have mental issues since I was a child. I don't have a very good relationship with myself, but and I try to talk about it not in words and conversations, but in my art, not only on my music, but at the same time my drawings too, or writing something. And the thing about the knowing that you have a problem of this type, it's because when you draw, when you sing about it, you kind of talking to yourself about it. So it's kind of a therapy,
Yeah. Yeah,
but
absolutely.
but at the same time, it's not a therapy because you have to have uh, a professional help with this.
Yeah.
So when I showed you the song, it's because it had it have a personal connection with the album that I'm writing. That it's about myself at the same time. It's not about myself because it's about things that involves anyone.
Right.
It's about love, it's about mental issues, about violence, about life itself, time, for from my perspective, and it possibly will serve to other people to
Yeah.
see the from these lenses too.
And that's so such a positive thing from such a awful disorder, right? So you
Right.
have a bunch of artists who have contributed, and then um, you didn't know that they were so sad, even though that they were writing songs that were pretty sad, and you just
Yep.
you don't know. And so to bring joy to others or to bring relatable
Chester.
items. Yeah, I know. I didn't want to say Chester, but Chester. I can't think of her name.
Chris
Who's
Cornell,
I almost said the zombies, the cranberries.
the Cranberries.
Yeah, yeah. So, but today I thought this was so timely that today I had somebody tell me that my lyrics are lazy. It was a professional songwriter, like hoity toity,
Okay,
went to school for it, etc., etc.,
I know.
and had the audacity to tell me that my lyrics are lazy, which is one thing. If you're going to
Okay,
critique me, if you're going to critique me, that's one thing. But he said it
okay.
in front of 120 other viewers.
Ah, come on, man.
And that
Come
just,
on.
I cried for like 30 minutes today. I had a good cry with myself. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and figure my shit out and write because I love it. But at the same token, it takes a step back, right? My depression and all of that stuff.
The,
Okay, am I good enough? Am I gonna try? Do I even bother writing anymore, etc.?
I, I I I think that when you write a song or lyrics, it's about your expression. It's not about the connecting words and the right phrases to express itself. It's not about it. When I know that my songs have a poor English at some on some situations on the writing, but at the same time I think that was my the 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 form the the thing that made me express myself. Even it's wrong, it's bad 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 writing. At the same time, it was the thing that made me write my feelings, right?
Right.
There's a song from Oasis. It's called "The Importance of Being Idle." It has a typo in it. I think I my friends told me, and it was accepted. You know, it's because not the thing, not the way that was wrote correctly, but it was the feeling and the the thing that surrounds the song and the lyrics.
Right.
You know,
Absolutely.
so
Yeah, the
when
overarching theme.
yeah, and so when someone talk about my lyrics, I feel bad too. I feel kind of broken,
Mm-hmm.
but at the same time, I try not to carry this, because it's not about the thing that he understood.
Yeah.
It's about me,
Right.
and he understands what he wants to understand. You know, our song's not about the people or what about they they want to understand. It's not
Right.
about it.
Right.
The song's about ourselves. When we start to make songs to appeal to other people, we lose our expression. And that's nice. It's nice to write songs to being popular and to make money. Okay, it's a working thing to do. It's it, it's kind of obligatory
Right.
on our society. But at the same time, if we start to worry about too much in selling our art or presenting to other people, we lose our connection with
Yeah.
ourselves. No, so if the this professional critique of music told you about your song, I think you can uh, just say, okay, it's lazy, and I'll try to express better. But at the same time, it's not about the laziness. It's about there's something in your song that you didn't uh, pass in a better way.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, it can be your thing too.
Right.
It's not about what's right or wrong. No,
Right.
it's about technical thing, and I don't think he was the the I mean he was a shitty person to talk about
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
If I was to critique, I've said with kind words,
Yeah.
not in a shitty way.
Yeah. Yeah.
But at the same
Absolutely.
time, I understand you, because it's something that
Yep.
broken us, because it's the songs about ourselves and parts of ourselves. So I
100%.
understand you.
100%. Yeah, that broke me down, but like I said, I'm going to try to do better and all of that. I had something I wanted to tell you. Oh, do you know who Bo Burnham is?
I didn't understand.
Bo Burnham.
Bo Burnham, no, I
Okay,
don't know.
so you need to look him up, write him down. If you like comedians and you like music, this is the guy for you. In the way that
Okay,
he wrote, he's I don't know if you have Netflix, but basically he made an entire episode, 1 hour episode of
okay,
him being locked inside during the pandemic.
okay,
And it took him the entire 2020 to make this. And
whoa,
basically, he was in a room um, and created all this stuff. And it's about mental health, and it's about the
nice,
pandemic, and it's about songs like well, one of his other songs from his earlier stuff is about you can be a pop star and all you have to do is repeat stuff, repeat stuff, repeat stuff. So I
yeah,
really think you should look him up, especially if you're interested in art, like artsy art. He did a
okay,
fantastic job in Inside Bo Burnham. Check him out. I can't
nice.
stress him
I
enough.
will check it out. I
Yes.
will check it out.
Okay, so we've got about 7 minutes here. What
Okay.
what have I not touched on that you feel passionate about?
Mm, food.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do it. Let's do a 7 minute session on food. What's your favorite
No,
food?
no. I've I've wanted to talk more about it because music is kind
Yeah.
of my life now.
Yeah.
And my but if you want to talk about food,
No,
it's
no,
okay.
no. It's again what you're passionate about. This is about you. So if we're gonna talk about music, let's fucking talk about music. All right. So okay. So what do you have anything specifically in mind, or you want me to generate a question for you?
I mean, Uncle Ron said just because they wrote great songs doesn't mean Liam no aren't douchebags.
Who's Liam and Noel? Wait, is that from
Liam and
Oasis?
Noel, yes, yes,
Okay.
yeah, they from Oasis. I mean, they are douchebags. It's no secret to anyone. But at the same time, I think it was the it was the part of Oasis that made Oasis.
Yeah.
It was the Dutch baggery from them. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is a statement. I think they being the way they are, they came from the working class. They came from a poor family,
Uh-huh.
a poor situation, and they conquered the world. So I think they they have to be the way they are because they I think you see I'm not telling that they had the right to treat badly the people.
Right.
I don't like this, but I think they when they were on top, they needed to be the way they were
Right.
because the critique around them was was treating them very badly on the starting years of the band. But when they exploded, everyone was on their knees.
Yeah. Yeah. I
You know?
was looking. The family. Okay. The son of Irish immigrant. When he was
Yep.
10, they took him and his brothers and left his dad, whom she divorced 4 years later. Maintained sporadic contact with his father through his teens. Their issues remained unresolved while drinking at a pub after an Oasis show in Ireland during the height of their fame. Liam noticed his father from across the room and had to be calmed down by Noel. Noel?
No.
A leaked phone call later revealed that he subsequently called his father and threatened to break his legs if he ever saw him again. So, yeah. I mean that says something right there is that, you've got stuff to feel about, to write about, that sort of
Yep.
thing.
But I think the today in this day and age, I think this attitude is not compatible anymore. But at the time, I think it was great to have a band that that were rock and roll at their core, you know.
Yeah. Yeah,
But today it's
100%.
only pettiness and douchebaggery.
Exactly. All right,
I
so
understand Uncle Ron.
yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so let me see. The most recent band that you can think of that's influenced your music. So the most recent, like something that
Recent.
you heard in the last, let's say, 5 years.
There's a couple of of bands that influenced me.
Okay.
There's Real Blood.
Okay.
There's 21 Pilots.
Oh my God, 21 Pilots. Let's look them up for a minute because I love them.
Let me see. Greta Van Fleet.
Greta Van
I
Fleet is
like it.
so good.
It's very good.
When I
I love
first
it.
heard them, I almost dropped to my knees. I was like, "What is this? Oh my God!" They,
What kind of Led Zeppelin is
yes,
that?
Led Zeppelin lives on. Yes, absolutely. Um, and then okay, 21 Pilots, Greta Van Fleet, Royal Blood, and then
I, I've opened
oh, okay,
my Spotify to see, but I think that these are the newest
you okay?
bands that I hear. At the same time, I'm in a phase of discovering my my country music,
Okay.
my the music from my country. You see, the our popular music on in 60s and 70s. You've heard when I
Yes.
made that stream. It's kind of inspire me now.
Good. Yeah, that
But
that was interesting to listen to. It was definitely new for me, even though it was, oh God, 50 years old. Is that how we're? Is that where we're at? Is it the 70s or 50 years ago? Oh my God.
yeah,
Our 70s was 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's 50.
50
Wow,
years. Dark Side of the Moon's making 50 years now.
that's crazy.
And I mean, I'm trying to open my heart to other type of music, other languages and language that I say in languages from music, you know,
Yeah,
pop and more more Latin music, and trying to absorb it to my songs.
that's excellent. Well, this is No Land to Return. This is his album. Please check it out. I believe it's on Spotify. Is that correct?
Yep,
Yep,
yep.
it's on Spotify. Check it out. Look at this handsome mug right here. What happened to your hair? It grew out. I like it better.
I, yep.
I like your hair better now.
I'm trying to let my hair grow
Yeah, it looks good.
because I want to have a other visual on my next record.
Perfect. Well, guys, check this out. This has been No Line to Return. A fantastic artist here. So honored that you came onto this. So happy that we did this. I
I'm happy because I've I think I did it
You did a very good job.
to talk in English for 2 hours straight.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's a feat even in itself. So,
But
I
the funny thing is that I cannot pronunciate some things, but I can understand you normally. I'm on the phase of English learning that I don't translate anymore. I just know
that's
what
awesome.
what you saying. Of course, there are some things that I cannot uh, understand or catch, but
Like
in
Craigslist.
general, yeah, Craig, yes, because it's something. It's not
Yeah,
a
yeah,
word.
yeah, yeah.
I've understand the list, but I don't understand the Craig. Craig,
The
what? The list
Craig
from
is the
Craig?
creepy part. That's the creepy
Okay,
part. Yeah.
okay. The
All
creepy
right.
list, huh?
Creepy list. That's correct. All right. Well,
Uh,
thank you so much, everyone, for hanging out. I appreciate it. Thank you so much to Alex. We are going to send this on a raid here. Let's see who we got. Who we got. Let's go over to Ragged World. I believe is still going. Ragged World will be on next week. He is currently doing 1950s old movies, and he looks at them. He also does comics, and you can watch him and read comics with him. So we are going to go over there. Raid has just begun. Please go over and say hello. Again, thank you so much. I really appreciate you being on, and you did 2 hours of English. Woo woo!
Thank you very much for inviting me, Panda. It was a nice experience, and thank you all for being here late and listen to my music if you want to. And I hope you enjoyed.
Thank you. All right, guys, have a good one. See you on the raid. Bye.
Bye bye.